What's the deal, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with the weekly Xboxbeastfire podcast. It's something new that me, Dealer, T Rock, Dean, Porter Rock's on here sometime. I got a new guy here with me. Was it Jay Centuries? I pronounced it right?
Yeah, you pronounced it
Hello?
right. You
Okay.
pronounced
I'm
it
here.
right.
Me, Dealer. Okay. All right. Hold on one second. I just started the show. Hold on one second, one second. Well, hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. I have to mute the podcast in the background. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I'm sorry. Now, you said your name is Jay Centuries?
Yeah.
Oh, now, for the record, Jay Centuries. We don't, like, it's the first time I'm talking to you in person. So, what have you, it doesn't mean making you're a gamer, more of an Xbox guy, PlayStation guy, it doesn't really matter. Well,
I'm an
what
Xbox
he
guy
got?
when it comes through and through, but like it depends on the game. I'll play more like on the PC if it's like a good competitive game like an RTS or a MOBA. But for my
Mhm.
FPSs and my third parties, it's all Xbox.
Okay. I presume that you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, Centuries Gaming with my buddy Matt. We're covering Battlefield and the road to Battlefield 1 because we're huge Battlefield fans.
Okay, no problem. So what I do is at the end of the show, just give me the link. You sound a little bit muffled. We're gonna try to get it though. Give me the link to your channel, and I'm gonna put it in the box, and so people, can check you out. All right. On to today's show. It's been we finally got the quote unquote the Uncharted numbers in, and people were losing their minds. What did it sell? Was it 2.7 million? Or what's how many did it sell,
Yeah, it's
guys?
2.7 million in the first week.
Okay. Now, okay, Porter Rock. He's my local pony.
Yeah.
Question to you, Porter Rock.
What's up?
Did it break records for you guys? Is the number one selling Uncharted of
It-
all time?
no, the only thing they reported was it's the fastest selling PlayStation 4 exclusive.
That's
Oh,
not really saying much, though.
Yeah.
they pulling the Microsoft. They're being
Okay.
tricky with them numbers. So it
Yeah,
did not sell.
everybody got that.
So
Yeah.
it did not sell Uncharted 3, is what you're saying. Launch numbers.
I don't know. So because I'll tell you what, last gen, Sony did some tricks also. They were saying, oh, they sold 3.8 million one day, but ended up being ship numbers, not sales. Because
I
Sony.
thought it was 3.3 million in 72 hours for Uncharted 3.
Yeah, Sony did a lot of backpedaling back then when they were losing, so it was hard to find out.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. When Sony was losing, they played the numbers game too real good last year to make themselves look good. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It was a hard gen for me last year being a Sony guy. She was rough.
Yes, well, you guys turned it around. It was at
Yeah, it
the
was
end.
alright, but it was the first 2 years I'm like, God damn.
Microsoft kind of
This shit's
took
getting
their
bad.
foot off the
Yeah,
gas.
dominated.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn, this is getting bad.
You know what? What's the truth? And not for nothing, and just to be honest, that I'm saying that it had to happen because when you get cocky, you understand. Same thing happened to Microsoft this generation. You get cocky, and sometimes you have to be hit slap with a dose of reality. Remember, it was my man Kengo Kuragi, the father of PlayStation, told me they got to get 2 jobs to get the fucking PlayStation 3. But it is what it is. We can come to that in a minute. But anyway, like I said, so far you have Uncharted 4, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yes, no.
Yeah, oh hell yeah.
Now, beat your chest. Is it the greatest game thus generation?
Oh hell no, that would be Metal Gear Solid 3.
This generation?
No,
That was
of all time. But this generation?
no, not of all time. This
You're talking about
generation.
this generation?
Yes.
I'll make that call at the end of the generation, but I'm still kind of partial to Bloodborne, to be honest.
Okay.
I still think Bloodborne is my favorite Sony exclusive.
All right, my man. All right, cool. Dealer,
What's going on, man?
my favorite white boy. Dealer,
I'm not white, man. What are you talking about?
my man, from my brother from another mother. Talk to me. So listen, for the record, you guys are well. Anyway, if a lot of you know, I have a group. We have a group called Bang Bang Next Gen Gamers, and I made a bet to my man Eric Puritt. And I told him in the bet, and I know I was being kind of chinky with the numbers, but I had to figure. I wasn't trying to move the goalposts or nothing, but the PlayStation 4 has a bigger install base. It is what it is. So it's natural for the console with the bigger install base to have a bigger attach rate for whatever it is. I mean, it's just The fuck? It's numbers. So anyway, so I told him, I said that I bet you that Uncharted 4 will not surpass Halo 5. Halo 5 did over 400 million in the first week. That was the fucking bet. It's the truth. And he said to me, he said, you know what? Well, that wasn't all in game sales because Uncharted, that was with consoles and
he did
toys.
this after he accepted the bet too, right?
Yeah, but listen, but
he accepted the bet and then moved the goalpost.
Yeah, basically. but listen, dealer. To be fair, Uncharted has the same goddamn thing. Uncharted has a collector's edition. It has a controller. It has a headset. It has a collector's edition. It has action figures, and it's somewhere around into the ballpark. It did about 200 million. So I'm gonna ask you your honest opinion. Is it safe to say, in your word, now I want you to take. I know that you're an Xbox, but we're gonna put your bias into the side. Is it safe to say that Halo 5 is a bigger IP than Uncharted 4? Oh. Well, no, I'm sorry. The Halo franchise, is it a bigger franchise than Uncharted?
Of course. I mean, look at the numbers, right? It just completely dominates Uncharted. But really, like you said, if you agreed to the terms, and then it happened, and then he comes back and says, hang on, I mean, were there any McDonald's Uncharted Edition fries in that number? Like, he has to go through and find out how they got these numbers. Of course, he owes you, what was it, a game? $60?
Yeah, it was a game. Yeah, it was a game.
Yep. Come on, Eric. We had our little battles, man, but you got to pay up, bro. No one else is going to bet. You got bad credit right now in the group.
Yeah.
Keep paying your bills, man.
Pony up.
Pony up. So like you said, I also read something like on Halo does either 500,000 a week or 500,000 a day. It doesn't, microtrans. That's a lot of fucking.
And what's even more sad is these guys are comparing. They're comparing 40 million consoles out there to what was 15 last October supposedly, and it still didn't beat the first week's numbers. So even if you won, just barely, you still lost, which you didn't win.
And Halo is now worth $5 billion or something like that.
Yeah, it's a $5 billion IP.
Yeah, and the Halo 5 was their largest launch in Halo history, actually, with that 400 million. And it
was the largest launch second to Halo 2.
Yeah, it was in an article. It said it was their largest ever with like 400 revenue, and then it hit it 4 billion. I think it was what it was last year.
What they're gonna say is it had more. Merchandise.
It had more merchandise and whatnot. Like the games, like last time I saw it in November, said 3 million copies sold, and the only thing that beat it was that Last of Us remake.
Yeah. And that's because that was pretty much the only thing to play on that damn thing for forever.
Yeah, but everything else was under 2 point something million things sold on the Pony Station.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, Dean.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Yeah. You have the game now, right?
Yeah, I have it.
Are you enjoying it?
I am enjoying it.
Do you, when you're playing, do you find the urge to graze on A? No, shit, no jokes aside, because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a big Uncharted fan. I've always said that. I don't like this. I don't know, that slap knee type comedy is not kind of serious. I hate the hit detection, like whatever gun mechanics they're using. I hate that. Like I got the reflexes of a 95-year-old man. So when I take my time to put the cursor on your ass and then that bullet flies over your head, it fucking drives me crazy. But to be honest, I'm enjoying this fucking Uncharted. The scene when you escape from jail and stuff or whatever the hell. I thought that was dope shit. But how do you feel about the game overall?
Yeah, I like it. It plays pretty well. I agree with you on the shooting mechanics, but it does so many other things well, and the little details that I can overlook. I can overlook that.
Do tell. Explain. What did they do well? What did Naughty Dog do right? With this Uncharted here, in your opinion.
The environments, everything is really detailed, like from the lighting to the flowers to like the water dripping off the wall to like. The conversations they have when you're just naturally, like as you're walking along, it's kind of organic. It's a good game. I like it. It's a good game. I'm a gamer. I love to play games. It's a good game. I had a nightmare the other night that I was a pony, so I don't know what to say, man. It's a good game.
Come to the dark side. Feel the power.
No, honestly, I feel a good game should be set as so, because these guys put a lot of work into it, and when they get the kudos for it, other studios, they take notice and they say, you know what, I want to build a game that's like that or better than that, and it raises the bar. So it's a good thing when a good game comes out.
It's also lets all the other studios know that they can still get away with QuickTime events and cloned enemies and all these things that they really smash.
You piece of shit, Dylan.
Xbox games for, fucking pisses me off.
But
listen, there's some QuickTime events, but it's done well.
You get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Like, right? They hammered Rise so hard.
But I loved Rise. I thought Rise was a good game. I don't know. I thought Rise was graphically that game was amazing. Yeah. And like I have the Kinect, right? I have a day one edition, and I know it sounds retarded to some ponies out there, but just by saying fire to the rockets, and that shit was like firing off, it's pretty cool. It was a good game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and it actually worked quite well.
It did. Rise was built for the Kinect at first, and then they scrapped that and made it, as far as the controller. But what to me was the best part of Rise. For those of you guys that just got an Xbox One. Rise you probably get the game for like $15. It's a good game, you know what I mean? But the problem, to be honest, with Rise, I would love to see a Rise 2, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of wish Rise wasn't a launch title because they could have really, really took their time with that game. That could have been Microsoft's quote-unquote God of War. But the biggest issue with Rise was they didn't let you change your weapon. You know what I mean? You went through the same game but the same sword and shield. Had you let you upgrade your weapon and maybe add a little fire or something, to me I think it'd have been a much better game. It wouldn't have been so repetitive.
Regardless of all that too, bro. Like that game, it was still super in depth. The multiplayer
story,
co-op Batman style gladiator fighting in an arena that changes and shifts, and that was crazy, dude. I did not expect that.
Believe it or not,
it did, and it was a lot of fun. And I feel like if they would have took their time, like you said, customization. I want visual changes to my armor when I change it, upgrades, XP, all this different stuff in a different way. I understand why they did it. They didn't have the most time in the world. They were working with hardware they didn't know how to use, with underdeveloped SDKs and all this new stuff. And yeah, of course we get it, but if they had time, that could have been something crazy, man. Co-op campaign, all kinds of stuff.
Well, Rise wasn't the very first IP. That was also an established franchise because that was on the original Xbox too. There's been several iterations of Rise.
It was?
Really?
Yep. There was a Rise on the 360 that I played. It's on my achievement list. It's Rise of the Pirates, and it was basically a whole pirate theme. There was also another Rise that was.
Is that the same type of game, or is it just by name?
It's the same IP in the same game done by the same.
How is it spelled? Is it spelled RYSE or RISE?
No, it's spelled the exact same way. It's a Rise game, but it's just done in a different
Rise of the Pirates?
timeline. Yeah, it's like Rise of the Pirates.
Really
it's not.
Dean, you might want to get on that, Google Master.
Yeah, my man, Dean,
I'm looking at it right now.
Wikipedia.
How do you spell it?
It's on the 360.
Rise of the Pirates.
Now listen,
it's like Rise of the Dark Pirates or whatever.
I don't think they're connected in any way, though.
I think they are.
Listen, Armor Century, right? I said I pronounced it right? Before
it's J Centuries.
J Century. Listen, normally before we start the show, we tell all the contestants that this is a drug-free podcast. Okay? I just want to throw that out there, okay?
68 the original Xbox.
Listen, I'm not saying that you want anything, but I'm just saying this is a drug-free.
Past the
I wanted to get on the site. I wanted to get into the thing about Halo though, with the multi-billion-dollar thing, but my mic was messing up.
Okay.
That's actually the premier competitive shooter too. I mean, Sony doesn't have a first-party IP that's a competitive-based game.
No, yeah, and the jackpot game is massive. It's bigger than COD. That's how they're luring people over there. It's like you want that real money, right, motherfucker?
But they're luring people over there by third-party contract deals on the competitive scene. But I mean, Xbox has always been the premier competitive console system. Regardless, now
Sony's trying to change that.
PC rules competitive gaming, but I mean, if you want to be honest, Xbox is right under them.
Well, again, because I guess what you want to say is the gift and the curse. Because when people think of the Xbox, you're thinking of it as being a dude bro console for shooters, racers, sports. You know what I mean? And like I said, not for nothing, to me, hands down, it has the best controller. Forza DualShock 3, I hated playing shooters on the PlayStation 3. First of all, because of the knobs, and the analog sticks were too close together, and they didn't have a fucking trigger. Now with the DualShock 4, it just does to me feel more comfortable than the DualShock 3.
Yeah, but it's still a cheap controller.
Yeah, I mean, well, it is what it is, but you know what I mean. But as far as the competitive scene, I mean, yeah, because also to Microsoft, you know, shoveled big money into it. Well, being that we talk about competitive, I mean, like something we talked about a little bit yesterday on BGST, and I'm gonna get all you guys' opinion. Do you think Microsoft dropped the ball by letting Sony get the marketing rights to Call of Duty? Because say what you will, I was the guy's huge. I think he's part of NPD or whatever the case on Twitter. 80, I think it was either 85% or 80% of the PlayStation 4s that was sold last year was the Call of Duty bundle. That's fucking huge. You know what I mean? So do you think Microsoft, kind of slipped up by letting Sony get in the marketing deal? Anybody go?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I think if you look at it now, people will say yes. But from the time that they did it to the time they made the decision not to do it, I think they just saw a gradual decline in the profits. Not how much the copies were selling, but how much the Call of Duty in the series was declining in sales. And they just said, look, we don't want this income anymore. It's making money, but we're also losing the profit along with it. So there's no longer a point in investing if we're not actually getting something from it.
I think they just put their money somewhere else, man.
Yeah, and they're like, we don't want to invest in COD. We want to move away from the Call of Duty scene. Now, if you look at it now, that's where Sony's PlayStations are coming from. So, if you look at it now, then yeah, PlayStation just picked that right to back up. But PlayStation was only able to do that because Microsoft said no, we don't want it.
Bro, I'm telling you, I picked up one of those PS4 controllers, right? I was playing a game. You know me, right? It was like garlic to a vampire. My hands were smoking shit about to catch on fire. The buttons, they felt like little Legos, man. There is no rounded edge on those buttons. It's like, what the hell, man? You're pushing this shit for a while, you end up slicing your fucking thumb open.
Yeah, I don't really. I do
playing with some Lego buttons on that shit.
But I do prefer the Xbox controller. And like I said, I don't know. Porter Rock.
What's up?
You're a Call of Duty fan by any chance?
I'm not a Call of Duty fan, but for some reason I always buy it because of my friends list.
I buy it every year.
So I buy it just really for more like just a community thing. That's about it.
So were you ecstatic when Sony got? Because if you didn't, guys, Porter Rock is a PlayStation gamer.
Yeah.
So were you ecstatic when Sony got the Call of Duty advertising?
Not excited because I didn't give a shit really, but I was surprised, and I knew it was gonna be a game changer for Sony because remember when Sony had the PSN was down for 30 days, that major break. There was PlayStation guys that traded in their consoles because they couldn't play Call of Duty. They said, "Fuck this." They traded in, got an Xbox simply because they couldn't play Call of Duty online. And I was like, I'm thinking, God, yeah, well, but they didn't care about that. They were like, what? I still can't play Call of Duty? Fuck this shit. They literally traded the whole thing in. I'm thinking, damn, this one game made you trade in your Blu-ray player and all this other shit. And I'm thinking, damn, this franchise, it took over. You know what I'm saying? And so when I found out Xbox, for whatever reason, didn't re-up or re-sign or whatever, and Sony took it, I was like, there's literally going to be people just going in, buy a PlayStation, buy a Call of Duty,
that's what happened.
And that's it. That's all they're going to buy every year, every map pack. Yeah, they might buy one game that's big, like
Fallout, Madden, the 2K,
or Madden. Well, I would say sports has always been a PlayStation thing.
Madden 2K.
Yeah, Madden 2K, and then because of the baseball, I always saw more sports fans on the PlayStation side. I always seen that. But for shooters, it was always Xbox. Because of the controller,
Xbox Live,
Call of Duty, 30 days map packs. It was all the shooter competitive scene. But when Sony took over that contract, I'm thinking, shit might shift now.
Well, I mean, do you want to weigh in on that thing?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Because listen, going by the numbers, that's what honestly with the PlayStation 4 really, really gained a lot of momentum. It was already outselling the Xbox One, But when they, the Call of Duty, the Call of Duty, and I thought it was the ugliest goddamn console in the world. But when they did, the Call of Duty deal with the bundles, you know what I mean?
Oh, that orange
Like
was ugly.
Yeah, that was it was ugly as
Yeah, and
fuck.
that shit still sold. I'm like, what the fuck?
80, they was, I think
She was
over
ugly.
80% of the PlayStation 4 sold last year were the Call of COD bundles. And, that sells all year long. You know what I mean? So people that, was on the 360 and the PS3, when they upgraded to whatever, they just went to, they just grabbed the PS4 with the COD. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, but what do you think? What do you think about it? Was Phil smoking crack? Well, talk to me.
Well, I'm sure they saved a bundle of money by not doing the deal. And then when I was looking at, like, okay, yeah, they don't count the bundles in the sales, but when I looked at, like, the physical copies sold more on Xbox One than it did on PS4.
Yeah, they did.
In North America, yes.
Yeah,
North America.
In North America.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but North America is like the biggest market, so we gotta treat that as like the main market, right? So it's sold more there, so it's, I don't know, and I see Call of Duty.
Did it sell more, or did it out for that one first month?
No, it sold more overall. Yeah, overall sales, it sold more. Yeah. Physical copies, right? Because they don't count bundles, so we don't know what the bundles, right? But physical copies, it sold more.
80% of the PS4s last year that was sold were the COD bundle. If we think about that. Over 80% of the PS4s that were sold last year were the Call of Duty bundles.
Yeah, I guess they could have lost some of the casuals because a casual buys a console, they buy some Xbox Live stuff. Money's money, right? So it's hard to say, but I see Call of Duty on a decline this year. I think they're going to do one of their lowest numbers.
Hey, can I want to jump in here? Can I ask?
I'm not going to do that.
Can I ask you guys a question on this? All right. So we all know that the new Call of Duty is Infinity Warfare, and if you get if you pay the paywall, you get the complete version of the Modern Warfare 4.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're doing this as if you don't want to play this game, then buy this, or do you think that people will just jump the futuristic shit and just go straight for that paywall and play Modern Warfare 4 all 2017 season?
I think
they're doing it because they've been on the decline, man.
A lot of people are going to jump on that Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
That's going to be bigger than Infinite Warfare.
Hey guys, keep talking. My mic, hold on, just keep talking. I gotta straighten my mic out. It came
Yeah, I see that shit. Everybody's talking about, oh shit, they're bringing back Modern Warfare.
But
nobody's really talking about Infinite Warfare.
Everybody's complaining about the paywall though. But I see why they put that paywall there because if you just sell it separately, that Infinite Warfare isn't gonna sell.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not gonna sell nothing.
Stupid. They are not dumb.
Yeah.
They would be killing. They were eating against themselves, pretty much.
But this, I have I don't want to talk too much, but someone that's doing beta testing for Battlefield.
Okay.
And apparently these graphics are like mind-blowing, like mind-numbing.
I mean, on what platform?
On Xbox,
PC?
on Xbox One, on Xbox One, the graphics are really good. They did the resolution, all that stuff. But
in an article video not too long ago, DICE were coming out saying that next Battlefield's supposed to step it up, like on all platforms. Most people don't know Battlefield 4 was nearly delayed because they couldn't even optimize the game in time.
Yeah,
that's why
I watched the country Battlefield 4 once between the Europe and US, and US kicked Europe's ass 3-0. That shit was funny to watch.
You know why? Because in Europe they fucking sip tea with their pinky out and sit down and piss.
Now you got Major Nelson and Bongos on different sides of the map, and Major Nelson did absolutely horrible in KD, but his team raped them. Shit was funny. It was hilarious. Good show
if I'm mistaken.
What'd you say, bro?
I said US won that if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah. Damn. Oh my God. Damn. I just got.
Yeah, Microsoft definitely got out of the COD game at the perfect time. They've been on decline for a while. Oh yeah. I do. That's why they embraced Battlefield 4. That game just turned out to be a turd for a year after it launched. And with Battlefield 1, they're doubling down on it because they know this is going to be the most popular Battlefield of all time, most likely.
Yeah.
So, I feel like they've got into it at the perfect time. The game's probably going to run much better this time around on Xbox One than Battlefield 4 did. And it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to look.
But this, but listen, this holiday season we got what 3 or 4? You got Titanfall 2. I'm very interested to see what that's going to do. You got Titanfall 2. You got Battlefield. You got Gears of War 4, and you have Call of Duty.
And
With the remastered with Modern Warfare 4 or whatever the case may be. So there are a lot of shooters, and also too, Destiny. Well,
Yeah.
they have
Rise of Iron.
yeah, they have some new map packs coming out. So this holiday season is going to be packed with the shooters. You know what I mean?
So Titanfall 2 actually did get confirmed for the fall.
Well, I don't know. I kind of heard from a little. It's going to launch before then. Before.
All I saw was a teaser trailer. I didn't see a release date.
Yeah, because
I heard rumors of August.
Yeah, right. Like, look, soon after E3 because
I was surprised
EA
that
has
they are
Battlefield.
going to compete with themselves, like that.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out in the summer, man.
Yeah, but here's the E3 is about June, right?
Yeah, June.
So
That's like less than a month away.
okay, well,
Yeah,
like
pretty
2
much.
weeks away, like 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
2 weeks away, right? So to properly, I guess, advertise the game, I'd say we need at least 2 months with TV ads, commercials, and stuff. So June, July, probably the perfect month. It'll probably be about August or early September. I kind of wish Microsoft would do the same thing with Gears. Launch Gears in like September, so it doesn't have to compete with Battlefield, doesn't have to compete with Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
When is Gears launching?
October something, 17th or something like that. October
17th
Man,
or
that's kind of
7th.
close to
I'm
November.
more excited for this Gears than probably any other Gears ever.
I think a lot of people are.
The holiday,
No,
the
no,
holiday
no,
lineup is
no,
like month after month or week after week. It's like it's in a direct straight line.
Microsoft needs to stop competing directly with like the big third-party games like the Call of Duties, the
What do you mean by
Battlefield.
that?
It shouldn't release around those times because they're gonna lose sales to those games because other people are gonna focus on those games, and some people are gonna leave it behind where if it had its own window where no other game in that genre is competing with it, it would sell a lot better.
I've been saying that I guess for a while that I wish.
Where's that Jay Barry at?
What do you say, bro?
I said, where's that Jay Barry at, man? I wanted to come in here and school about that competitive thing.
Oh no, that's the Xbox versus Pony thing.
Yeah, man, you guys, gotta go easy on them. I read the last podcast.
yeah.
No,
That's fine.
I'm gonna come back next week and help him out.
He said some craziness last
Jesus
week. Man. I'm
Christ,
sorry.
yeah.
He said craziness in the last day.
God damn it, Jay. Like, that's
In
my
the
man
last
right there.
day, he's had
I
some
was
craziness.
surprised to see him posting back in the group so soon. I figured he'd be hiding for a while.
I was like, shit.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna help my man out next
He
week.
tried to do that shit to himself. I was trying to end the show.
Are you finished or are you done?
Yeah. He kept trying to go on, but anyway, shout out to my man Barbie. He cool cat.
I'm gonna help him out next week. I got your back, Jay.
No, actually, we're gonna do it tomorrow. So back.
Oh, tomorrow? Oh, I got
Tomorrow,
your
we're gonna
back.
do it tomorrow.
Tell him to get his homework ready.
Okay.
Yeah, get his ponies together. But
I'm gonna be
anyway,
his
as I was,
advisor. I'm gonna whisper in his ear. You need to say this. Don't say that. Say this.
Porter Rock, while you talking, while you got the floor in, while you talking, ask your question. E3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, E3. What do you think Sony? No, sorry. Before I even get to talking about E3, because I heard some gossip. What do you think? What did you think about the Gran Turismo Sport trailer reveal? What did you think about that? Honestly,
It was alright. I'll say I'm not really into racers, so stuff like that. So I can't stand really Gran Turismo or Forza. I think they're boring as shit stuff. But looking at Gran Turismo, it looked alright. It is what it is. I think they made a mistake of releasing. In my opinion, they should have never released Gran Turismo 6 on a PS3 towards the tail end. They should have just realized we fucked up with Gran Turismo 5. They already knew they were making a PlayStation 4 because that project started in 2007. They should have just said, let's focus on a proper Gran Turismo for PlayStation 4 and do what they got to do, So, and then with the PR thing, I don't know. So
that's Sony's MO.
Yes.
They also released I believe God of War at the end of the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, like God of War 2, I played it on my PS3 because that's when it launched.
Yeah.
So they're late. They're always late.
This would this is what it is. There's the same reason why you don't get a Halo when the Xbox launches or whatever, because of the small install base. Sony looking at it from the number side. You have a console with 80 plus million users to a console with maybe 1 or 2 million users.
Yeah.
And it doesn't outweigh the cost. It may cost them 70 million, whatever, to make the game, and it's not going to make their money back if they release it as a launch title for, the PlayStation 4. That's why they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To us gamers, I would love to have seen God of War Ascension. Like, to me, I think God of War Ascension, Beyond Two Souls, those last few 3, exclusive Sony release, I would have loved to seen those on the PlayStation 4 with next generation graphics. You know what I mean?
But there would have been small user base and shit.
It wouldn't have made money.
Just kind of moving money from now to later.
So,
you're boosting your install base and making more money on every single exclusive you sell faster.
Yeah, so it's a business, at the end of the day. But I get it, and that was told to me by an exec. You know what? If you guys would really knock it out of the park, why don't you put a Halo at launch or
Halo won't sell as well if it only has like 1 million users. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it will look bad, no matter how well it did. Attach rates. Did people say, "Oh, it only sold 1 million"? Well, yeah, no shit. There's only 1 million.
It must suck.
That could buy it.
Yeah, so that's why you don't get the heavy hitters.
Unless everybody's buying 10 copies, you're not gonna. Yeah, that's true.
Besides Nintendo's the only one that does it with the Mario. Every fucking Nintendo console comes out, you get a Mario day one. You know what I mean? But I guess Mario was Mario. But anyway, so you don't really care about Gran Turismo.
Fuck no. I played Gran Turismo 5. I'm like, this shit sucks.
I'm not really into
It's too realistic. I'm more arcadey, if anything.
Too realistic?
There you go. That's why I like the Forza. That's why I'm like Horizon.
$500 wheel. I'm like, I'm not buying no goddamn wheel.
But listen, to be fair, that's Sony's biggest IP.
It is. It is the biggest franchise
they have
in the PlayStation history, which is I would say is more Europe than anything else. Europe and Asia.
It's huge. That's rally type racing shit is huge over there. But Dane, you've seen it. What did you think about the Gran Turismo unveiling or trailer? And I was surprised. What do you think? What did you feel about Eurogamer slamming it? They using Sony's
I was like, wow. I was surprised that they told it like it is for once. The car models looked good, but the tracks looked very plain. The grass wasn't detailed. The trees were like 2D models. The clouds didn't even look as good as the PS3 version, which had like procedural clouds. It just looked like they put all of the attention into the car, so the car looks nice, and just forgot about everything else, like the buildings. It just looked like the PS3 HD version, not much of an upgrade, man. Honestly.
Dealer, your thoughts? What do you think? Honestly, I know you're a big Forza kid.
Man, Gran Turismo could be in 4K with ultra god ray presets and everything under the sun, but as long as the tire modeling and physics are stuck in the 90s, along with microwave sounding motors, I'm not worried about Gran Turismo. Microwave motors. That game will never come close until they hire someone new to make it. They're stuck in the past, man. Forza's got I'll take 10 Forza cars over 150 Gran Turismo cars any day. Customization, everything. They finally stole the library editor from Forza. What else are they gonna steal from Forza this game? I wonder.
Is that not a big studio? I mean, it takes them a very long time.
Oh, it's a massive studio, and also they're just producing diminishing returns, man. Like, seriously, their last several products were garbage. I even rebought Gran Turismo twice, Gran Turismo 5, that is, the XXL version. I was like, okay, it's got 6 gigs of patches, and maybe it's good now. Nope, same bullshit. You're riding around in a refrigerator box and cockpit view. It's just, ported from PS2 to PS3.
Yeah.
No laser scan tracks. It's just garbage.
Yeah, copy and paste,
Anyone says Gran Turismo is better simply has just not played Forza, or you're not good enough to not drift everywhere in Forza. Turn some assists on.
Yeah. It's copy and paste, man, completely.
It really is. And they've really got to start all the way over. You stop porting stuff from generation to generation.
New engine, man. New engine from the ground up, man.
And that's why Forza 5 is light on content. They literally erased everything and redid everything. Scanned all the tracks, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Forza 7 should be cracking.
Yeah. Like for Forza Horizon 3.
Well, T-Reaper, did you see it? By chance, or?
No, I don't, because I don't play racing games, and I'm not really a Gran Turismo or Forza fan, so it doesn't bother me.
All right, but listen.
That's right, T-Reaper. That franchise, that genre sucks.
Somebody got some screaming going on in the back. What's going
I was
on?
about to say, it
No,
sounds
that's
like
my
somebody
little
being
niece.
stabbed with a fork over there.
My little niece.
Oh, you just
Acting
mute
crazy.
your mic a little bit. It's coming through. I'm looking.
All right.
It's coming through really loud. All right. Jay, did you see the Forza?
Yeah, I seen it, and personally, I think it's gonna end up like Street Fighter 5. It's gonna
Oh,
come
shit.
out and it's gonna be a wash.
All right. Listen. To be fair, and I'm gonna put on my pony hat. It is a VR game, if I'm not mistaken. And when Sony had their unveiling of the PlayStation VR, that was their flagship title that they showed. You know what I mean? So, all of the games, I'm sorry, for the PlayStation VR, to me, they're not. They look like to me like PlayStation 3 games. But here's my. I'm gonna put on the tinfoil hat. Here's my conspiracy theory here. I believe that Gran Turismo Sport is only going to really shine and be, draw dropping in the Neo mode when Sony unveils that. You know what I mean? To me, I think that it would look much better than what it looks right now. Because once it came out and got slammed, then you had the developers saying, there's only 50% done. Bullshit. There's no way in hell that goddamn game is 50% done and it's coming out this fall. That doesn't make any sense.
Especially porting half of your cars from PS2 to PS3 and whatnot.
You know,
But like I said earlier, before the show started, man, if you got Star Wars Battlefront looking pretty raw on PSVR, apparently, that doesn't really explain why Gran Turismo Sport sucks balls. Star Wars Battlefront with PSVR is supposed to look pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Now they were saying it was 50% complete.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's gonna come out
Yeah,
this
but that's just
year?
backpedaling. That's just them trying to save their asses.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
They
said
should have completed the visuals first and then worried about some of the other stuff, because that's what people are looking at, the
Yeah.
visuals.
It may end up like every other Sony IP and get delayed until the next year following.
Next generation, fuck.
Okay,
I'll
well,
be honest. I'm surprised they're trying to claim it comes out because Sony doesn't release big titles in November, December. Like someone mentioned, they don't compete.
Yeah, but VR's
They stopped that.
coming out.
Oh, yeah,
VR's
VR's
coming
coming
out.
out.
They
so-
need
Time for
software to
VR.
push the headset, yeah.
Yeah, they have to have something to push that.
and that's what I'm saying. Again, that's quote unquote the Gran Turismo Sport. That's supposed to be their big game for VR. Speaking of which, when you guys are here, let me ask your honest opinion. Are we going to go back to this stuff? Because I haven't really heard much about. I don't hear anyone talking about VR anymore. And everything's about.
I read a couple stuff about it. You want to hear what I read?
Hey, what you hear about?
Okay.
Tried
Well,
it.
I just got I just read my Game Informer. Read two
Okay.
articles on both the Rift and the Vibe. I think
Nothing
that's
about
what it
the
is.
so nothing about the PlayStation VR. That's what I was
Not
talking
nothing about, but I understand why
Okay.
the PlayStation is probably the best bet because one, it's definitely going to be the cheapest, and it's probably going to be the easiest to play
use.
and to use.
Yeah.
From the looks of what I read, it sounded like the Oculus had more had more in depth. But the only issue with the Oculus is you wouldn't be able to wear glasses with the Oculus Rift. You'd have to use contacts. Whereas the Vibe, you could use glasses. You just have to have different frames. And one of them sounds more like in depth right in front of you, and then the other one is more like around you. But regardless, you still need a not only do you need the headset, but you need the hardware and the software to push it. And from the numbers they said, both of them is $2,000.
What's $2,000?
Jesus Christ.
To run those headsets.
Yeah, to run with like the highest settings is between $1,000 and $2,000 on both.
And that's because of the rig that you have to get.
Yeah.
That's not accessible at all.
Yeah, both of them is $2,000.
Yeah, but that if I could speak on this, I've tried all of them. I've tried all three of them. That the VR push is gonna come hard this fall. The new AMD GPUs for the PC, they're gonna be very cheap, and they're all gonna be able to do VR. So you're gonna be able to get like a VR capable GPU for like $250, $200 maybe.
The Oculus Rift got a higher rating than the Vibe though, so it sounds like Oculus is.
I've tried both of them, and the Oculus Rift it's great. The headset's comfortable, and it's clear, but the Vive is much clearer than the Oculus Rift. It's just you can't really see the pixels as much. It's a higher fidelity. And I've also tried the PSVR, and it's not bad actually. It's got for having a lower resolution screen, I guess because it's full RGB, it's quite clear, to be honest. Just the graphics aren't as like intense as the PC counterpart.
Okay, but what about the PlayStation VR in Neo mode? What do you think about that?
Now that to be honest could be a game changer.
Okay.
It's still gonna be at 1080p, but
I don't think it vibe though.
Let the darkness flow through you.
I'm sorry. What you say? I'm sorry.
I don't think you beat the Vive though, because the Vive right now is the premier headset.
It's $800.
Well, it won't beat the Vive in resolution, because the Vive is like a 2K resolution screen, so it's not gonna beat it in resolution. But if they can get the graphic fidelity up and get better textures, it'll look really good still. Because I have a Gear VR as well. And it's a 2K screen, but it doesn't have the top-notch graphics because you're using the phone processor. But it's still pretty good, and you still get really, really immersed in that. Like watching videos, playing games. They have Gear Valkyrie on there. Where you sit in the spaceship. It's very, very immersive. It's VR. VR. To be honest with you, VR is a game changer. Like when you try it, it's you can't talk about it. You just got to try it. And anyone that's tried it, they're just like they can understand what I'm trying to say here. It's a game changer.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
When it comes to this, when it comes to the VR stuff, it doesn't matter how good you are. To be honest, if you think the best always wins, you're wrong. Look at the Wii last generation. It's just not the case. The PlayStation VR's ultimate weapon is its simplicity, its price point. You plug it in, it cookie cutter bullshit, and it's idiot proof. It's like a Domino's pizza. So you're just gonna plug it in, it's gonna work, and if PS4 Neo actually makes those games look better, it's gonna dominate all of the other headsets. That's just the case, I think.
And price point.
Can I interject for a second?
Yeah.
They need like a killer IP for it. I mean, they haven't really shown, like any one of them hasn't really shown us a huge killer IP. In all honesty.
That's why they're looking. You know what? Here's the thing, and that's why they're going to lean more on third party. I believe Tekken's going to have formality of VR. Tekken. There's a couple of Star Wars. You know what I mean? So I've said that too. You know what I mean? But Sony again, they're because they spread kind of thin. They're making this new console. That's a lot of R&D. Then you have this fucking VR. That's another lot of R&D. But Sony has strong third-party relationship. I mean, so
the Vive is the one that is more space-oriented, right?
Yeah,
the Vive.
All the cameras.
But it's $800.
But the Oculus will be able to do it too. They just haven't released it yet. I think it comes out like in 2 or 3 more months. You can get it.
That was the other pros and cons that I read.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day.
And people shouldn't count out Microsoft because the Xbox, they said, supports the Oculus Rift. So there's rumors of a new Xbox obviously coming out at E3.
So they have 2 hardwares.
Yeah. So now if it's already supporting the Oculus because it's a Windows 10 device, they could enter the race as well. People count them out, and they shouldn't.
Yeah. Using one of the best
headsets
already out there.
Oculus, $600.
Okay.
I think they're playing safe though with the VR thing. They're trying to see how it goes before they decide to jump into that field, so it doesn't end up like the Kinect.
Yeah, I think VR is going to drop this Christmas in price. So when the PS4 VR headset comes out, these other companies are going to be forced to drop their price a little bit.
If they want it, well, I mean, if they're going after 2 different types of consumers. Sony's going after the console market, and Oculus and Vive or whatever, they're going after the weirdos, the attic dwellers, sensei junkies of the world. At the end of the day, you know what I mean. So that's but like I said, it will be huge if with Microsoft. I guess if it does take off and say Microsoft comes out with with a more powerful console and it can really run the Oculus Rift, whatever the case may be. So like I said, that it still puts Microsoft at a disadvantage, but they're not taking any risk because their device is still $600. You know what I mean? Compared to was it $400 for Sony? If I'm not mistaken, $400.
Yeah.
So it still puts them at a quote unquote disadvantage.
Yeah, I think Microsoft's focusing on getting the most out of Xbox One. and then they're probably already gearing up for the next Xbox.
Oh,
Their battle
they
plans, yeah.
are. You know what I
So
mean?
I don't think they're trying to do too much with this console. I think they're
Yeah.
just trying to get the most, get the Xbox Live subscription up, create new franchises, and set up the next console. So I don't
Well,
think
let me ask you guys a question again. We've always heard the rumor this is going to be the quote unquote the last console generation. We've heard that several times, right? By I guess what about well here there's no secret now that Sony and both Microsoft are working on something. Um, the PlayStation, what you call 4.5, right, or the PS4 Neo, whatever you want, PS4K. Um, like I mean, what's the end game here now? You know what I mean? Is now when every time I say because I'm always talking about Microsoft because Microsoft's message this generation, just to be honest, has been all over the fucking map. You know what I mean? 1 minute it was just about us, the Xbox gamers. Now it's about us and Windows 10 users and all that shit there. Even now they're even talking about putting some form of Halo 5, and I'm not even a big Halo fan.
But
On
it's the Halo Forge mode. It's not the game.
I'm just saying, but it's still fucking.
But the whole concept of putting the Forge app on the PC is so the PC users could actually add to the
But
console
They
actual
gave it for
product.
but they
free.
can also play in the Forge world, which there's some really great implications with that,
Mm.
especially with the competitive community, because there's a huge Halo following on the PC that does want that to come over,
But they
so they
got it
can
for
have
free.
competitive parties for there.
Listen, here's my check it out, right? And just to be honest, I ran out of fucking what you call damage control about 3 months ago. Now all I have is liability on my channel. No more fucking damage control. You're gonna get it straight. Don't give a fuck what. But here's the thing, though. For real, by Microsoft releasing, just take Quantum Break on Windows 10, that did more harm than good. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
First of all, you had the public backlash, from the console guys over here, and then, like I said, the game wasn't truly supported well. It ran like shit, in the Windows 10 store. You know what I mean? And also, too, those motherfuckers still turned around and bootlegged the goddamn game. So what was, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't even
Yeah.
make the top 5 of the NPD. So
Yeah.
what you end up doing more harm than good. I'm still from the mindset that you have to leave some things exclusive to your set hardware. You understand what I'm saying? Like goddamn, we pay for Xbox Live, they get Xbox Live free. It is, and I spoke to him. I'm not gonna say the names. Somebody at Microsoft, and I told that motherfucker freely. And I'm saying, excuse my French. Let me stop being a potty mouth. I told him freely. I said I feel like you guys are trying to piggyback Windows 10 off of the Xbox platform. You have this cool device amongst your kids, you know what I mean? Because, amongst kids, it's not cool to have a PC, it's cool to have a Mac, you know what I mean? And, at the end of the day, that's what they're trying to do, because just to play their quote unquote video games, whether it's Gears 4 or whatever, Quantum Break, you have to have Windows 10. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what Microsoft is doing at the end of the day. They're trying to, bolster their Windows 10 numbers and on the back of the Xbox One, and that's what I told them. I give this the business at the end of the day, but like, come on, man. Yeah, they have to. To me, for Microsoft to take back the lead or whatever, they have to focus on what counts us, the gamer. You know what I mean? All that Windows 10 stuff, because just to be honest, Windows PC guys and console guys, we expect two different experiences when we're playing a game. When the PC guys playing, they're looking at draw distance and textures. And console ghouls don't give a fuck about all that. They don't. We just grab the controller we're playing. We're not counting frames and all that weird shit. You know what I mean? The godfather of the Xbox, Seamus Blackley, when he created the first Xbox, I read an article. This is, that Microsoft didn't change regimes a few times. He said back then that it would be silly for Microsoft to try to merge the two crowds, because we do, PC guys and console guys. You know what I mean? Even though we're playing the same games or whatever, but it's two different. We're just two different audiences. You know what I mean?
We're two different societies.
Yeah, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, it is what it is, though. That's I mean, but
Can I
yeah,
interject?
yeah. Go.
You can't really mix the two communities, especially when it comes to FPSs, because like there's so many different variables on FPSs alone that wouldn't let it work. So I mean, I agree with you on that, but I do feel for like a game with Halo, building the community larger with a PC crowd would work a lot better. It would, keep the games going. Now, should they keep all the games on the Xbox? I agree that there should be majority of the games on console exclusive, but they should have some over on the PC too to feed that community also, which will bolster our community as a whole.
Okay, but here's the thing with the PC, they don't like to pay for shit, bro. They don't like they scump. They come on, you know what they fucking do. And
I
again,
agree with you on that, but that's not majority of them.
shit, it is the but look, Quantum Break didn't even fucking make the top 10 of the NPD last month, and it released on PC. Like me, he said,
But
no,
I'll be honest, that's because of that dog shit app that Microsoft has right now that they need to fix with the
okay.
PC crowd. 'Cause I play
get it.
both,
Okay,
and that
alright,
app
listen.
is terrible.
Hey, let me
Okay,
interject
listen.
on one thing
Yeah,
with the
go,
PC
go.
consoles. All right, we have to look at it from a money. I know there's millions of PC gamers that buy consoles. So if you're gonna spend $300, $400 on a console, most of them want a different experience. They're not gonna buy the same product that plays the same games.
Yeah.
So they're gonna naturally gravitate to the PlayStation by default
It's true.
because many of the games on an Xbox they already have or are going to.
Thank you, my man.
You know, so you have to look at it this way. Just look at it from a money standpoint. Why am I going to pay $300 for an Xbox, which is fine, it's a good console, for most of the experience I'm going to get on PC. Whether I have a high-end experience or mid-range experience is still similar. So let me get a PS4 by default because at least it's different. You know, some games may not be good, but it's different. At a minimum, it's guaranteed to be different. You know what I mean? And I think that's where Microsoft didn't see that coming. That coming. PCs are gonna be like, well, fuck, I could play Quantum Break on PC. Then let me get a
but
PS4
listen,
so I can play Uncharted.
hey, hold on, listen, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let you guys say that. That's what just put around and to add what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. To me, I think again, Microsoft is kind of the wild card because there's rumors of them putting out a quote unquote a console that's 10 teraflops plus, right? And if they put that console, let's say for $400 or $500, that may entice. That's gonna be powerful than a lot of motherfuckers gaming rigs. You understand what I'm saying? That right there will probably maybe get the PC guys to quote unquote get the Xbox One or whatever the fuck it's gonna be called, Xboxbeastfire, whatever the hell it's gonna be called. You know what I mean? With that type of power, because according to the survey from Steam or whatever, most people's rigs, quote unquote, wasn't powerful as the Wii U. Look at my man. What's my man? Attic Dweller, Sensei Duckfeet. He had two 560 Ti's. That car old in the motherfucker. I mean, I'm just being real. Like, you know what I mean? Like these, but I don't know. But yeah, you guys can. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. You can get. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just went off a little
Did you call him Sensei
It's a
Duck?
Sensei Duckfeet.
Wait, okay. So the majority. So let me get this straight. So the majority of the PC community rigs are not
according to the survey.
Yeah,
Steam.
I know Steam.
They're not,
did a survey
they're not
too.
more powerful than the Wii U, which means they can't do 4K, right? So what's
Oh,
the point
yeah.
of bitching about it?
That's just a minor. That's just console
Okay.
system war talk. I think Steam was the one that did the survey with analyzing how their games are played. You know, people
they play,
and they said the average PC gamer is 720p.
Yeah, but you know what? Again, but PC guys, it's not so much. I won't say they like to brag about their fucking rigs or whatever, but it's about the flexibility on PC. You know what I mean? Like when console game, we get a game, we're not looking to have a naked man running around with a dildo. When PC guys play, motherfuckers is weird. They want to have everybody naked.
That's
They
the first
fat
thing
ass
they
with
do.
dildos.
New
You
mod.
understand what I'm saying? That shit. They look at the game. They're not thinking about him will beat this game. They're thinking about how the coolest fucking mods they can put in this fucking game. That's what they're thinking about. You know what I mean? Like I said, we expect two different experiences, and you know what I mean. And that's at the end of the day, it's totally a whole different fucking beast over there. You know what I mean? Plus, you really can't mix mouse and keyboard with a controller. Which is part for shooters. It'd be the Holocaust all over the fucking against. You can't compete regardless. You know what I mean?
There's a rumor coming that in the summer, though, they're going to enable that in the anniversary update, keyboard and mouse support for the Xbox One.
They better
They're
separate
gonna do
servers
that
then.
because of Halo Wars 2.
But with the Quantum Break going to PC, from reading the forums and just talking to different people, that really stopped a lot of Xboxes from being sold. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, when Quantum Break comes out, I'm going to grab an Xbox One." As soon as they knew it was on PC, they're like, "Oh shit, I don't have to grab it for Xbox One. I'm just going to play it on my PC." And that killed a lot of console sales for them, man. I think they should have released it on PC, but not at the same time. Like maybe 6 months, 8 months down the road.
Bro, I listen. Yeah, I listen, ladies and gentlemen. Some people call me the godfather of the Xbox movement. Fuck all that. Listen, I'm funky fresh out of damage control. I'm gonna give you guys the real. I'm not. This Microsoft right here, I'm confused. I really am, and you know what I mean. I prefer the Xbox. My friends are there. I like the controller, but the messaging this generation has been, all over the, I mean, shit, bro. Fable's gone. I don't give like some people try to downplay that. Oh, Fable wasn't stop the bullshit. You know what I mean? I never listen. It's one thing I said. I used to make fun of the Sony fans. They're radical and call them ponies, whatever. I don't like weird fanboys. Period. And when you're not rational, you know what I mean? Now these motherfuckers, well, it was losing money. You're more concerned about Microsoft portfolio. That's a major fucking IP and studio line that's fucking gone. You know what I mean? Like I told the guys before, you know what I mean? And listen, no disrespect to Phil Spencer and stuff. If you don't know, Phil's of course now is the head of the Xbox, but Phil used to have Aaron's job. So what happened was when they came up with this idea, to make Fable Legends, whatever, he pitched that to Don Mattrick. Don Mattrick and fucking wrote the check. Hey, it'd be cool for the PC crowd and this crowd, you know what I mean? And again, you know what I mean? Instead of they just wanted to make fucking Fable 4. They didn't want to include the PC crowd because they said it opened it up for cheaters. You know what I mean? That's all Microsoft shit with that shit. And then you just fucking, again, I'm pissed off. Like, you just fucking close fucking Lionhead Studios and can fucking Fable? Like, come on. God damn.
Lionhead hadn't been the same since
Can I ask you something though, next gen?
Yeah. Go, shoot.
Do you think, because that game was $75 million in production, right, that they won't use some of them assets for another game? I mean, because that's a lot of assets that they already have pre-built.
I can hear you vaguely. Do me a favor. And hold on. Just try it again. Say it again. Maybe I can hear you now. Say it again. Everybody else the audience can hear you. Jay, you there? Hello.
I said, do you think because the game took...
Oh, wow.
I think I know what he's trying to say.
Okay, let me hear you.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, 1 second. Yeah, let him hop back in. I get it. Yeah, T-River.
Okay. I think he's saying, I think he was going to ask you, do you think that the money that they were they shut down the studio that they were going to save to make another game?
So the assets.
He was saying the assets. So you think a lot of money invested in assets? Do you think they're going to use them in a different title?
With another game. But here's the thing again. Let me be honest here. Fable. I don't know if you guys say Fable. I'm a Fable. I like Fable. Fable. It's a Europe type, London type community.
Personally, it's possible they could use it if they revisit it because something's built there.
But no, listen. But even the old developers of Fable, they wanted to take over. Microsoft said no. But again, 75 million. I'm not saying like even though Microsoft works some. I'm not saying that it's a lot of fucking money. But that $75 million didn't have to be if you would just let them make a Fable fucking 4. You know what I mean?
A real Fable game.
Yeah, a real. We didn't ask for this open world to play with PC shit. Console guys, we didn't ask for that. That's not what we fucking wanted. You know what I mean? We didn't want to control the bag. I thought that was the worst part of the goddamn thing. Control the bad guy sitting in. That's not Fable. That's like it's like when you water down your friend. Like Fable should have never been on the fucking Connect.
Bro, it was just a game that used a Fable name to generate some kind of buzz.
But you don't do that though. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I'm saying. You think they would figure out that the hardcore is the key to everything? They just haven't. They haven't done it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you hold on one second. Your mommy went to the store. She'll be back.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. They should have stuck with the
I was saying, do you think that because they have $75 million in the assets for Fable Legends that they won't use that in another game?
Well, what other game? But who's going to make it? Listen.
Microsoft could move that over to like a Rare and have it split off and make a Fable off of them, or they could use it to another party and use the same assets because they already have all them assets that are there. There's no way that they would sit on $75 million worth of assets and not use it.
Listen, in the perfect world, yeah, but listen, they fucking closed Lionhead Studios, man. You know what I mean? It ain't about the listen. Not only Lionhead Studio, they closed like mad fucking studios. Yeah. But I'll be honest with you, and this ain't rare. Fucking Lionhead Studios has a better fucking track record than Rare. Name me one fucking game besides a Kinect game that fucking Rare made that was a fucking a multi-million-dollar seller besides Kinect Sports and that shit. Name me one fucking game from Rare that outsold any of the fucking Fables besides that Kinect shit.
Are you talking about on just the Xbox?
Yeah,
Or you talking about in general
that
in
Nintendo
Rare?
64 shit and that Nintendo shit don't count. I'm talking that's been profitable for Microsoft. Name
I
me
can't
one
name
fucking
any
game
on
that
the
Rare made
Xbox.
besides
Viva
Kinect Sports.
Pinata, maybe? Was that their game?
Yeah, they didn't outsell fucking Fable.
I'm just saying, that was
Sell
popular on
well.
360.
Nah,
I mean,
in Rare's defense, though, guys, like they have hired on so many new people. You never know what they've got cooking over there.
yeah,
Some shit we don't even know about.
What I'm getting at is
I'm-
Microsoft has done this though. Like for example, with Killer Instinct. That's not the original team that made the original Killer Instinct, but
Okay.
they're doing really well. Halo 5. That's not the original team that
Okay,
made the
but
Halo
listen,
series.
Century.
So they could give it to
It's still part of the
it's
same team, yes.
50% of them. Yeah, you were
listen,
right about that.
listen,
Still new people.
But to be fair, and not to be honest, the lead guy from Killer Instinct, Kevin Lobb, is the head of the studio. So that's why Killer Instinct feels like Killer Instinct.
And didn't Peter Molyneux or whatever came out recently and said if they went to go make a Fable 4 that he would jump back on there and do that?
He
I
has his
remember
own
he talked
studio.
about
Yeah.
that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Honestly, Peter Moore was the hype man. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. He always oversold Fable, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the hype behind that, you know, the good and evil, same-sex marriages, like that's always been him overhyping it, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But I don't know, man. It's like, to me, like I said before, I even told Phil this, to me, it just feels wrong. Like, I don't know, I don't even know what's the end game here, you know, with you guys, you know what
There's
I mean?
definitely room for a big RPG open world game like that on Xbox One.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think you guys have an exclusive RPG,
No, listen,
right?
check this
Except for
shit out.
Scalebound. Hell yeah.
okay, yeah, well, check, you know, and Scalebound's still to come, and that's another thing that's gonna be on fucking Windows 10. I'm gonna, like I said, listen,
Yeah, that's
Most likely.
listen,
And,
I get a lot of shit for this, but you know, I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? Fuck next gen characters. This is Zaire talking here. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been playing video games since most motherfuckers thought boogers was candy. You know what I mean? I say that to say this again, and I always say this, that you'd be surprised who watches everyone's channels, because YouTube is the biggest place for video games. You know what I mean? Where the execs and offices and all this shit here get to see what average gamers, you know, are talking. Not some fucking, you know, company that get out there and do fucking surveys. No, they actually get to see every Joe Schmo what we're thinking, what we're talking about gaming. You know what I mean? It blew my fucking mind. Listen to the guys on this truth. You know what I mean? It blew my fucking mind. If even Phil, Aaron, all those, they knew who the fuck BGST was. It fucking blew my mind. When I was talking to Aaron, and not to say everything, I was talking to Aaron, and I was pretty pissed off at the guy with the you know, the developer that did he was from DICE. I believe he's from DICE. He was doing Star Wars Battlefront, and he said some shit about the Xbox fans, and I was pissed off about that shit in 720p or whatever. And he said, well, he did say something about the ponies. That even for Aaron, he said, "You guys know what the fuck Sony Pony is?" I was like, damn, like, you know, you guys know what the fuck Sony Ponies is and all this wild shit, like, you know what I mean? But you got people within, not to say any names, within like these major third-party companies, they're even a little confused by Microsoft messaging. And you know what I mean, and you know, because just think about it. Since the Xbox One launch, to me, Microsoft always panics in the expression they throw the fucking dump the water and the baby. You know what I mean? It wasn't a problem with the TV shit that Microsoft was doing, because no one just plays games on their fucking console. That one is that when they did the unveiling,
It was how the message was sent.
again, when they did the unveiling, it was the hardcore gamer that took off work, like myself, whoever, that wanted to see this new console, and you guys spent the hour, 59 minutes talking about TV. It wasn't that the TV shit wasn't good, you know what I mean? Or, you know, having your own shows and programs. All that should have been dope, because Rise is supposed to have a TV show, Halo and all that shit. All that shit was cool. It's just that we took off to see what the console can do. You know what I mean? And they just showed TV, and what Microsoft do. They panicked and scrapped all that shit and got something else. You know what I mean? Like I said, their messaging has been all over the fucking world. Now
They did
it's
say, though, during the reveal, though, bro, that they did that so they could show nothing but games at E3, which is pretty much what they did.
Oh no, you did, but you get one. You have a dealer. I understand it. I'm an Xbox dude, but you get one time to make a first impression.
I mean, you're right. You're 100% right. I'm just saying that, you know, that was their logic, and they still didn't understand why people were mad.
you get again because they, like I said, I don't know who's making the decision down. Like Microsoft to me is just so out of sync. I'm just being honest. When
Yeah.
they do these fucking bundles, like listen, I understand I'm a black guy, black consoles matter. Fuck that black Xbox, man. Give me a fucking theme, a Quantum Break theme. Gamers care about that geeky
Yeah.
shit. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You
Yeah.
know, and they're listen, they don't fucking get that. You had Division was probably one of the biggest multiplats, in the first quarter of the year, right? You do a Division fucking, and you give them a fucking black box with the game. Do a Division themed fucking console. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I told fucking Mooch, I told Crap, and all that when Sony started this shit with their Batman thing, and they kept saying, yeah, Sony's going around the Steam, now they got nothing. I said, no, they got that fucking Batman thing, and that's going to fucking win the NPD. No, you fucking. I said, listen, guys, don't never bet against black. I was fucking right again. Then they downplayed that star, because you know what it is? That Batman shit, it appeals to non-gamer comic book buffs like my uncle. When they did the Star Wars deal thing, I said that was a fucking misstep by Microsoft. The Star Wars is a huge franchise, because even if you don't fucking play video games, you're going to buy that fucking Steam console to put on your fucking mantle because you're a Star Wars fan. You know what I mean? Microsoft got it last generation. I remember they had fucking themed consoles for fucking Resident Evil fucking 5. I bought it. It was a red fucking 360. You know what I mean? Gamers can't, and they just not doing that anymore. That's
They've been screwing us over on themes.
What's up?
I think marketing's broken.
I was saying that.
You said what? I'm sorry. Say it again. Dean.
I think marketing's broken over there, man. Like the marketing is horrible this generation. It
That's
really
all
is.
Greenberg, bro.
It really is. It's a great platform, but like they don't even like harp on EA Access. EA Access is like the best thing ever for a gamer, in my opinion. Like so many games there in the vault, so many games that you can try without buying it, and then if you buy it, you get a discount on top of it. Plus, you get to keep the progress that you made, and you get achievements while you're playing it.
They should have a commercial during the Super Bowl. Damn, you play. This EA Access. I remember, listen, look at, like I told Crap and Mooch and them guys, man, they're my brothers. I love my brothers to death. But sometimes they be like pulling teeth with these motherfuckers. When I say like, there's no way in hell Sony should be outspending Microsoft in the gaming division. You understand what I'm saying? Sony triples down. I remember last generation, because I became an Xbox fan from the previous generation, and everything was PlayStation. So I was very proud as the Xbox. I remember me telling my wife watching Transformers, I think it was the movie was Transformers, and I seen the actor had the Xbox 360 controller in his hand. That used to be a fucking, in movies, it used to be a PlayStation 2 controller in their hands. So I was like, oh, it's just Xbox controller, they playing the Xbox and get it. And I remember seeing, now everything you see on TV, everything's PlayStation. Microsoft, they advertise, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with the budget, the market, I don't know. I've never said this before. I would rather Microsoft spin off the Xbox division and let it stand on its own. You know what I mean? And just let them do their own fucking thing. You know what I mean? Because it's worth over $30 billion fucking dollars. Actually, it's worth more than fucking Sony and its whole the entertainment division. Let it stand on its fucking own and do its own fucking thing. And you just do you. We give you your money every month. Just let us fucking do us, man. Because this Microsoft here, to be honest, is a former shell of itself. This is not the 360 era. You know what I mean? And I'm just being real. It's not, man. Call me.
I think they're gonna self-correct at E3 though. I watch everything in the market, and I really believe a new console is coming out. Like there's a lot of evidence, with the two filings with the FCC, with the leaks coming out, and both of these companies could just come out and say there's no such thing. They're not even commenting on it. They're letting this go on, right? Where there's like when you say where there's smoke, there's fire, right? Now if you follow the market, going on the PC side, you're gonna have PC GPUs coming out in the next month and further on that are gonna be from $370 down to $250 that are like 3-4 times more powerful than these consoles.
Yeah.
So these developers that are making games for it, you think they're not going to make games for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teraflop games? You don't think those games are going to look substantially better than the PS4 and the Xbox One? The market is dictating a change. Also, too, I was reading up this week that the reason why they're getting new architecture is because AMD is shrinking their whole line to 14 nanometers, and it just doesn't make financial sense for them to keep making them at 28 millimeters.
Yeah.
nanometers, and that if Sony or Microsoft wanted to do that, it would end up costing them more money. So they might as well go with the new chips that they're providing, and they're going to get them at a cheaper price at that.
And they're more powerful.
It's the market's dictating that. And then you got 4K, the big 4K pushes now. You got HDR Blu-rays that are coming out. You only have one HDR Blu-ray player in the world right now, just one. There's a Panasonic one that just came out, but it's like much more expensive than the Samsung one. So that market is ripe. You got 4K TVs that have dropped in price. They're so affordable, and all the ones coming out, like 90% of the ones coming out in 2016, they're all HDR compatible. So this is the perfect time to come out with new hardware that supports the 4K, that supports HDR, that supports the new processors that AMD is making. It makes sense. It's like the perfect storm.
Yeah. Dealer, what you was about to say, Dealer? Grab it.
I was going to touch on, you said Microsoft were a former shell of themselves. I was actually on Twitter using that there computer, and I was looking at some of the posts from the executives from Microsoft, and most of these guys are talking about HTC Vive, Oculus Rift. I think Aaron Greenberg or Mikey Barr, one of the two, was talking about their brand new PC gaming headphones. And they are just not even on. They're not even on topic right now. They're not even talking about Xbox, and it's sad. You go back to a few years ago. Aaron Greenberg was bragging about how Halo 4 years or something outsold every exclusive from Sony in 1 year. They were just bragging and curb stomping Sony into the ground, and now they're not even talking about their own platform. So it's a major shift in tone. And really, they need to be more competitive. See, people say it's childish, or no, it's not. You need to fight tooth and nail to get your audience back, because you're just, you know what I'm saying? If it were you or I, we would really want to people think Xbox and be like, you know what, that's a badass piece of hardware right there.
Dealer.
I want that over the competition.
Yeah, but what can they do different?
They're too cozy with the competition.
Let me tell you.
Can I interject on one thing?
Yeah.
Just to hop on. So, Zay, I remember that same day when Microsoft had that unveiling. I was one of those guys like, oh shit, Microsoft's unveiling, especially with the rumor they were supposed to come out with the most powerful console. You remember? I think I remember your channel. You were talking about how PS4 might be like the Wii of the new generation because Sony's broke. So I was like, all right, this might be it. When I saw that freaking unveiling, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was nowhere near the expectation.
What Sony did.
Yeah. So this is how I view the industry, because when you look at any other product, phones, tablets, cars, whatever, there's a shitload of manufacturers for all these products.
Yes.
Yeah, but for our hobby, there's only three.
Yep.
Nintendo, you got Sony, and you got Microsoft. If one of those three is gone, that's 33% of our industry in console manufacturing. So to me, there's a fine line between creating a gaming console that does multimedia features and a multimedia device that also plays game. And I think Microsoft crossed that line, or at least Don Matrick. I'll say Don Matrick, he crossed that line with his vision of Xbox One. He wanted a multimedia device that also played games, and Xbox is paying the price for it. I think Phil Spencer is paying the price for that decision, and all he's trying to do
is fix it.
Is bring in fix it.
Okay.
But the thing is, the hardware's already set. He can't change the hardware.
Okay.
All he could do is use this as a lessons learned, and for the next Xbox, go back to gaming console that can do.
Hey, Porter Rock. Like I said, I'm gonna play. And I'm gonna let you hop in, T-Reaper. So I'm gonna say this again. I get what you said in a perfect world. People like to say, you know what, this was all non-matrix, yada yada yada. You know what I mean? You know, as my man Southbound, he shout out to my boy Sal, it's my brother. He hates non-matrix. Don Matrick wasn't a gamer. We all know this. He was a businessman. Don was all about the numbers. If it didn't make a dollar, it didn't make sense. He's one of the reasons why Xbox Live is a success when it's profitable. He didn't want to put the ads. That was all his shit there. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? So, but here's the thing. Don Matrick was a great businessman. Get it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But again, Microsoft, whatever the fuck. This is what the fuck up. They decided to sacrifice the specs of their console to include a peripheral, which is the Kinect, which I love. I can give a fuck about motion control gaming. The fact I can sit on my Xbox on, Xbox record, to even Twitch and live streaming and all that slick shit there. And plus I'm a YouTube content creator and I can do videos. But like I said, they tried to push a peripheral down everyone's throat, and they didn't even have. They didn't have. Did a Kinect game come out at launch? Or they had the plans? Really didn't even have any must-have.
Fighter Within.
Yeah, I was
surprised.
surprised.
Okay.
Rise used that.
Oh yeah, I'm saying, but you have.
I'm gonna dedicate.
You have a $500 console.
Yeah.
You have a $500 console right here, and Sony, listen, this is what it is. They were smart for this. It's business. You have a $500 fucking console. Your biggest competitor is $400. What Sony did, they took the camera out their box, boom, made the console cheaper. It is not only is their console cheaper, it's more powerful than your console.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? What Microsoft should have did then was take the goddamn Kinect out the box.
Yeah.
It is because that was the biggest backlash and push. Had they took the Kinect out the box and sold the Xbox One at $400, just like their competitor, because people, 720. The big thing about the Call of Duty was 1080p on the Xbox One, and it was 720p on the. It was 1080p on the PS4 and 720p on the Xbox One. You know what I mean? And that, and Sony really, I guess, quote unquote, hyped that up. I mean, the hardcore game of us, we know, but the casuals, they didn't give a fuck. The casuals went to the store and said, you know what? This is $400. That's $500. I don't want to play the Night Kinect shit. That was one big misstep. It's fact, you know what I mean? But getting back to Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer went some fucking peon in the janitor in the closet room. You know what I mean? He had a pretty high position. When they would do all the talking, it was Phil. It was Phil that was on the O'Brien show, showing up to Forza and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't it was Phil over all the studios. So if Fable took a misstep with this fucking Fable Legends, that's Phil's fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? He's their boss. He's supposed to keep them on track. You know what I mean? But he let them go out and make that Fable journey with the bad guy. And he thought it was a great idea. He took that idea to fucking Don wrote the check and said, boom, here, Lionhead, get started on this bullshit. You know what I mean? So I don't hold Phil not accountable for any of this stuff right here. And let me say this again. To all you fucking naysayers out there keep talking about this slim shit, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Your biggest competitor, which is Sony, Nintendo's off in the corner doing a fucking circle jerk, doing a fucking Running Man challenge. They're out of this equation, right? Your biggest competitor is putting out a console. I'm gonna say this again because a lot of you I hate fanboys. I just hate them altogether. Listen, it's okay to be a fan of a product. We're all biased, but not just to be practical. You know what I mean? Your biggest competitor is putting out a console 4 teraflops plus. I see a lot of you downplaying it. If you look, just think about how great you think your graphics look on your Xbox One and how good Rise look. That was what 1.3 teraflops. You understand what I'm saying? They put out a console for $400. That's $50 more than the Xbox One right now. You understand what I'm saying? So Microsoft's going to spend the R&D and still charge us. They're going to spend the R&D because it costs money to shrink a fucking console, whether you believe it or not. It costs fucking money. You know what I mean? And put out a slim, and that's going to change everything for them. You're still going to have games that are 720p. They're still going to have games that are 900p. That is the biggest thorn in Microsoft's side. It's not all the fucking. We're not talking about the policies anymore. Every week on Digital fucking Foundry, you got fucking 720p, you got 900p, and like I said, then of course you got the Nintendo coming out, whatever they're coming out with, or whatever. But you know what I mean. So Microsoft's going to have the weakest console on the market. You know how that shit's going to look in fucking Digital Foundry, and they're going to be showing the PS4 in the Neo mode compared to that shit right there. They're going to fucking get slaughtered. They're already getting their ass kicked by the vanilla PlayStation 4. You're going to spend like, come on, that doesn't make this thing that doesn't make any fucking sense financially. You know what I mean? If you listen, you know why the Nintendo's in the position, and I'm gonna hear me out. This fucking pisses me off. You know why Nintendo's in the position that they are? Because Nintendo stopped competing. You understand what I'm saying? Their install base from the NES went down from the NES to the Super Nintendo to the fucking 64 to the GameCube to the Wii. Well, sorry, the Wii was that wasn't for gamers, and then with the Wii U, because Nintendo refuses to compete. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like Phil saying he's not a fan of Xbox 1.5. That doesn't mean that they're not working on fucking something else, and maybe it's gonna be a substantial jump. Like, I don't know what's like.
That's what he said.
And that's exactly what he was saying. People took that completely out of context. He said, "I'm not a fan of." He was basically saying, "I'm not a fan of a half measure. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it big, and we're going to do it with big numbers. It's going to be a big jump because he knows that's what we need, right? As like the true Xbox, the core audience." That's what we need right now because we've been taking a pounding in these multiplats. We're taking a pounding from the trolls, like if I love Xbox, I love my console, but to be honest, it sucks that it's not the most powerful console or on par. Some games it's on par. The first party stuff is,
are we?
yeah, the first party stuff is good. I'm not going to complain on the first party stuff because it's great, but the multiplats are not performing the way they should be, or in comparison to the PS4. That's just a fact. We make up for it with the better online, and it being more online features, most of the time, and the features and stuff, whatever, the controller, the Elite controller. But overall, it looks prettier on the PS4. And as an Xbox guy, that pisses me off.
Can I interject for a second?
Yeah, go.
Didn't they just say in February, like they had that whole NDA on that one press conference, and Phil Spencer said that we would see an upgradable system in that generation?
That wasn't at the It might have been.
I think that was like
it was in the Game Informer. It was in the Game Informer. I think it was the game. He said, like I said, they were smoking this fight. I'm let you get back to what you're saying. But it was Microsoft that was coming out talking about upgradable consoles or whatever. But, so in a console generation is what he said. In the console generation, you're gonna start to see us come out with different
new hardware capabilities.
But that came out before the Neo, correct?
What'd you say?
That came out before the Neo, correct?
Exactly what
the Neo
yes.
hardware capabilities.
But don't you think that's risky as a business sense? Because let's say you release an adapter that's upgradable to a console, right? That costs money to make that adapter, and if not enough people buy it, that's just another segment of hardware revenue loss.
But I don't think that's what he was trying to get at. I think he was hinting at a new console that's coming out that is upgradable. We're going to get an upgradable console in this generation.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, go.
All right. This is what I agree with everybody. What everybody's got to say. Now that whole thing with Phil Spencer's trying to fix Don Maverick's shit, but Phil Spencer is not totally 100% is not totally 100% at fault. He's still at fault. You're right. Next gen. What if this 10 teraflops new console, whatever it is, you say it's going to be the most powerful one ever seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What if that, since Phil Spencer's vision is PC, and Windows 10 and Xbox oriented, what if this 10 teraflops console is exactly a experience that combines both worlds?
Which is, listen, and let me say it to you like this. And this Crap said, when we was talking about upgraded stuff, he said that's not what console gamers want. No.
I know that.
Console gamers want, the reason why people choose to play on console is for the simplicity of it. To sit down in your ass, plug and play. Prime example, when I bought my first rig, I bought all these goddamn games from the Steam summer sale or whatever those fucking sale it was, $2 or $3 and all that stuff. Like 10 of them didn't boot up. And like I said, there's no customer service for fucking Steam. I had to send them an email, but I had to Google it and go dumpster diving into a Russian site, get this folder, patch it from a monitor. And like, and the average Joe Smo doesn't want to deal with that. They want to plug their goddamn controller into the thing, play the goddamn game, and keep it fucking moving. That's the difference.
I didn't say it was going to be at a desktop. I just said
I'm just saying no, but it's not even saying that save you. Not even saying. Because Moose like to say the saying that people doesn't want to be hunched over a keyboard and small screen. I have my PC hooked to my TV. And I used a quote unquote. I used the Xbox 360 controller, and I put Steam in big picture mode. It was like Xbox Live. You know what I mean? But my friends don't game on PC. You understand what I'm saying? 99.9, you game where your friends are. You know what I mean? And my fucking friends pick their nose and eat their fucking feet. They're not fucking playing on no fucking PC. You understand what I'm saying? They play on their fucking console. You know what I mean? Like every Joe Smo. You know what I mean? Could you imagine this shitstorm if a mom and pop buys, hey mom, I want the new Call of Duty, mom, and they put their card in and get this $65 or whatever fucking costs on Steam, and that bitch don't work. Mom, it's not working. Could you imagine that fucking? They don't want to deal with that shit. You know what I mean?
But the whole thing is that's what Phil Spencer says he's not a fan of the console war. He doesn't like it.
Bullshit.
That's
Bullshit.
exactly what he said.
Bullshit.
He said that on record.
If you listen, fuck that. I'm gonna be honest. Console wars. It's been going on since the days of Atari and the ColecoVision. You understand what I'm saying? That's what sells fucking consoles.
I agree.
Promotion. You know how many fucking inboxes I get on Xbox Live? Thanks to you, Next Gen, I got me an Xbox One. It's the greatest shit ever. Thanks to you, Next One. Dealer. Thanks to you, Dealer. That video was great. You really stuck it to those points. Yeah, Xbox. We get this shit all day, every day. Sony started this fucking console war. This is how we trade our games. You remember that shit there? You know what I mean?
Man.
That's what I'm saying to Phil. I mean, listen, I had a fight with a few Xbox guys. I don't give a fuck. I don't pull no punches. But
it doesn't bother me, but that's
I got tagged on Twitter, and I usually don't block people. Only they say some disrespectful shit. I don't give a fuck about the memes and the Xbox. I laugh at this shit too. But it was a post of Phil congratulating Yoshida. Congratulations on Naughty Dog, and then reply. And I'm not following Yoshida, so I don't know. But it's, what I mean, so I don't, I guess it was a fake.
I know what you're gonna say. It was a fake.
Yeah, but it's some shit about
see you at Xbox Studio.
We're gonna own your ass and something at E3 or some wild shit like that. And some Xbox guys were fucking mad at me for I said, first of all, shut the fuck up. Who the fuck you took the fucking tweet? Like, you fucking nerds. I don't know. I'm not the fucking Twitter FBI. I just fucking seen it on my fucking. It was like 1,000 fucking hits on it. You know what I mean? Like, and I wish Phil would stop being so fucking. I can see if the friendly shit was reciprocated. If Sony's out there congratulating.
The problem with Phil is he plays too nice, right? Next gen.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to say that he's too nice on everything.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at. Is he wants all of us to associate together. We want to play together. But you're right, Next gen. That doesn't sell shit. That doesn't sell consoles.
He doesn't have to.
But that's what he wants, though. That's what
he does not have to be an asshole, though. All he's got to do is be competitive.
Yeah, but that's
the bare
long
minimal.
I'm gonna agree with Dealer. It just seems like at one point in the beginning, whenever the Xbox project started, that was the cart. Everything was based around that. Create the horses to pull this cart. Now it seems like they move Xbox from being the priority to now a horse to push Windows gaming. Like when Phil said,
because I honestly think in the long run, in the end, they're gonna be combo. I really do.
Can I interject for a second?
Xbox is gonna be just another platform to push Windows gaming. So PC, tablet, Xbox is just another cog in the wheel.
Well, you know what? People are going to PC then, man. No Xbox Live.
But you see what I'm saying? I just get that feeling. When he said anybody can use the cloud, I'm thinking, holy shit, that's like
interject, Jay. You gotta go.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Sorry.
What I was gonna say was I don't think that's Phil that we need to be looking at. I think that's the new CEO of Microsoft because he's all about connecting services and stuff. I think he's forcing Phil on doing this.
Yeah, he's probably the figurehead. He's telling Phil, this is what you gotta do, Phil. You gotta find a way to get Xbox.
If you look at his game plan and you look at like the past CEO of Microsoft, they had two different game plans. The past CEO of Microsoft let Donnie Matrick and them do what they wanted to do. This one is all about this one is all about services. He is all about interconnecting all Microsoft products together.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like that's more him than Phil.
No. Again, Phil is the boss of the shit, but you know what? You're absolutely right. I've said this before, and people, the fucking weirdos. I won't say weirdos, but just some people just use your fucking brain. I liked it when Bill and Steve were there because they believed in the product. They were from the mindset if you want Microsoft products or whatever, you got to buy you want Microsoft software, you have to buy Microsoft products. Now you can get Windows Word on an iPad. It's not like that anymore. Microsoft is a software. It's first company. That's what pays the bill, and they want their software on as many platforms as possible. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it is for them at the end of the day. But again, I can give a fuck about Microsoft's portfolio, their $1 trillion a year. That doesn't interest me one bit. So it baffled me when I see fans arguing with me over Twitter. You know what I mean? Well, the reason why they cut it because they were, why the fuck do you care about Microsoft's money? You understand what I'm saying? You should be worried about the game. We just lost a major IP, and you're talking about Microsoft's fucking 410K. I'm like, yo, what the like, again? That's what I told you guys. I'm funky fresh out of fucking Damage Control. Listen, if I can't be listen, when I say like it's crazy as hell. If I can't be honest about the Xbox One, and you know what's listen, I was doing this shit since before you motherfuckers were scared to even say that you like the Xbox One. You understand? I remember me doing one fucking video pro Xbox and getting 5,000 dislikes. You understand what I'm saying? When it wasn't uncool to quote unquote rep the Xbox. Don't get me wrong. I love the way the community is growing and it's fucking thriving. But it's saying that I can be fucking critical of my point. You're bugging the fuck out, Shake. You know, oh, next gen he's turned into a fucking pony. What? Well, listen, fuck that. I'm feeling myself right now.
You're just keeping it real.
Yeah, listen, the reason why you fucking saying pony is because of me. Who the fuck made that shit up?
Yeah, you did.
How much, motherfucker?
But
yeah, I mean,
I do agree that it's the head CEO of Microsoft because Phil has to answer to him, and whatever he wants, Phil has gonna have to do. So I mean, I do feel that Phil's kind of not.
I think
changed.
Phil has a budget, man, and I think Phil's trying to make that budget work by cutting studios.
And I don't think
I don't even know what they're doing. That's the thing. Wait till June. Wait till June, and we will know what they're doing.
Hey guys, you know what?
He's done a good job though with what he got because like when he got the division, it was a mess, man. He's done a good job.
Listen, Dean,
He's learning too because he is more prioritizing now towards third party than he was last year.
Dean, Gene, Dillard, Porter Rock, T Reaper, I get all that good shit you guys talking about, right? But you know what you guys sound like, but besides Porter Rock, when we say wait to E3, remember we was teasing them ponies 2 years ago? Wait to E3, right?
That was
wait to E3, they're going to show this. Wait to E3, now we saying the same shit now. Wait to E3, man.
But that's just
hey, this is a little different.
Yeah, but I don't
never
think
seen
about
that.
Sony, man.
Console
They don't
never
show
seen-
nothing at E3.
You know?
It's always
the loser
wait
will
for
always
E3
say
for
wait.
Sony and then
I think this E3 is a critical E3, more critical than some other ones. Because I think we're gonna get a mid-generation shift. You know,
they also said an announcement that's bigger than backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
what do you guys think that
too.
announcement is?
I'm letting
well,
you
they
know right
said
now.
that there was going to be 2 hardware announcements. So I mean, what are the 2
Well,
hardware?
no,
announcements?
they
they
didn't say
need
that.
to do something. They're getting beat up. Okay, like realistically, there's how many 40 million PS4s out there? There's like what 22 million Xbox Ones. Something needs to be done.
It is, but again, you know what? Again, and you know what? I'm gonna say this again because, and I can't listen. I'm sorry. Just know that I have a really good friend, and a really good friend. I even went to his wedding. Me and this guy became so cool. I met him on the internet, and he works for a very formidable third-party company. You know what I mean? The same person. If you guys been rocking out with me for a while, that told me about DX12 on the Xbox One. If you guys know anything about next gen, if you're new to my channel, I was saying that DX12 was coming to the Xbox 3 months before GDC. Fact. You can go back and check. And I got teased by so many people. You can't go buy this, that, and the other. So when I said that, you know, I'm not going to lie and say I was told what specs and all that dumb shit like that. No. What was told to me that both Microsoft, word around the campfire, word around the campfire that both Microsoft and Sony are working on new hardware. You know what I mean? And again, so, you know what I mean? And, you know, we're sort of not working on, we're going to be releasing new hardware. That's what that was what's told to me. And then about 3 weeks later, or whatever, so not even 3 weeks later, Phil said something about upgrades. Internet went crazy, and then 2 weeks later, you had Kotaku come out with the article. But then I was showed the email from Sony, not saying from 2 different developers, one from Sony, and it was saying that it wasn't about the specs, but it was saying about, and he told me not to say the base mode or Neo mode, but when Kotaku, the Kotaku or Eurogame put it out there, fine, fuck it. But you know, you have the base mode and you have quote unquote the Neo mode, and for your game to pass certification from Sony, you have to take advantage of the quote unquote Neo mode. And then listen, even my own, I love BGST to the fucking death. Those are my dudes. But it was like fucking pulling teeth behind the scenes, and I'm telling these guys, and fucking Crap was like, what's that shit Crap says? Rack that shit up, bitches.
Rack them up.
Well, Phil did the article, so he's not a big fan of the, what do you call it, the upgrades of, mid-cycle, some shit. And like I said, I know what, I'm like, yo, God, miss me, I'm telling you what the fuck I read. I'm not talking about some industry insider. This motherfucker works for said company. And when I first met it, I only had like 43 fucking subscribers. But you know, what I mean, he just thought my channel was funny and shit, and I became friends with the guy. I seen the guy working at his workstation, and I see, fuck, I can't say what game, big figures and shit. So he really fucking works for this company. This is who's telling me this shit right here. Now again, and I'm gonna say this again, if Microsoft take to that fucking stage, ladies and gentlemen, and they come out with just a plain slim motherfucking Xbox One, I'm throwing in the towels. I'm done. I'll be back next generation. I'm pony hair. I'm
Join the dark
Mr.
side.
fucking A.
You really become next gen.
Listen,
Next year, can I ask you a question about that email?
I told Phil Spencer. Oh, listen, I told Phil Spencer personally, my fucking self, and he hit me back and shit. I said, you know what I mean, it's been hard being a fucking Xbox gamer. You understand what I'm saying? Like we couldn't enjoy fucking Quantum Break. Why? It was all about the fucking resolution and yada yada. You know what I mean, we can't get our exclusives. We can say it's a good game. You know, whether you like it. Listen, you can do this. It's one thing. I'm a realist. You can say Sony has the best exclusives. I can say Xbox has the best exclusives, right? That's up for opinion. But when they're running the same fucking multiplats, and I done heard some of the craziest resolutions. I never heard of 900p, 792p, and they're fucking hitting 1080p. Fucking like that's a fucking problem. You know what I mean? Ain't but so much software can do. Your competitor has a 2 gig GPU. You have a 1 gig GPU. You don't give a fuck how you spin it. You know what I mean? In fact, it is what it is. And they're going to take that same fucking problem and put it in a smaller box and say, hey, it's Ice Cream Sunny. I'm sorry. Yeah, guys, take over the fucking show.
But money-wise, I think Microsoft making money software-wise in the live subscription. I think what's hurting
Microsoft
them
they make more money than. Listen,
they make more money they make more money they make more money. Period.
Yeah, but we're talking about
Can I ask a question
not
about what you
Windows
were just...
19 services. We're talking about just Xbox. Within Xbox division, their live and software sales are up, but what's hurting them is their hardware revenue. They keep losing money on hardware.
No, it's not. No. It's not that they're losing money. Both the Xbox One and the PS4 were sold at a profit. What you call income and revenue? They was the price cuts. It went from $500 to $400. So your revenue is what you make. Is not really what your profit is. Their profits are not really down. The revenue, you know what I mean, because you're selling this said product at a cheaper price. That's all. It's not that they're losing money on the division. I mean, because both the PS4 and the Xbox were sold at a profit from day one. Yeah, it was like $18 to $25 the other, whatever the fuck the case may be. They were sold at a profit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
with the Slim, they could be trying to keep those prices low, but while increasing revenue or increasing profit.
The more you sell, the cheaper it is to produce the console, so that they actually start making more money in the long run.
Yes.
You still have to pay the R&D, to shrink the box. You know what I mean? And to even say they're going to sell it at $250 or whatever the hell, they just went back up $50 on the Xbox One. And again, what is a $250 console going to do to a console that's $400? That's 4 times as powerful as you. This generation said it's not about games. It's about power, perception. Perception is everything. You know what I mean? That's what listen. And for you gamers that are not on board, you're in Digital Foundry every week, fucking counting blades of grass. You understand what I'm saying? It's the truth. You know what I mean? Go.
Next year, can I ask you a question about that Neo?
Whatever you want.
Is it gonna finally have folders and change the gamer tag? Because they haven't had that in like 10 years.
Oh man, low blow.
Wait, hold on. I gotta get money. You gotta get money for that. Hey, listen again. You know what I mean? I think Sony in the day. I mean, is a very horrible, shitty company. They are horrible customer service. That, like I said, the media has turned a blind eye to a lot of Sony shit. Like the one guy, they even see the DRM thing, and everyone has fucking DRM. But when the one guy with even me, I went through it and shit. My son's a fucking pony. You know what I mean? And nobody in my fucking house play FIFA. I had these fucking miscellaneous FIFA fucking charges. I'm going back and forth with them, and you know what I mean? But for them to cancel someone's account or block them out of the game they bought digitally because of what was like $1,100 purchase, and they was only gonna give him back $150. That's fucking crazy as hell. Sony closed that man's account. He had to go to Help Me Howard and what was the BBC? Like Sony shot the fuck out, man. You know what I mean? Like I know their customer service, like I said, is very shitty. Microsoft, to me, what they used to. I only had one problem with Microsoft with my Elite controller. I never had a problem with Microsoft control. It's Microsoft's customer service and shit. They always been great now, but when my Elite controllers start working after like a month, and it was I didn't know what the fuck they kept giving me the fucking run. I had to just take the bitch back into the store. You know what I mean? They just gave me a new one, but Microsoft to me it has better customer service. To me, it's a better overall company. Better. That's just to me. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? I prefer their exclusives. I prefer Xbox Live. I prefer their controller. You know what I mean? Porter Rock likes the PlayStation controller. But that's whatever it is, what it is. I like apples. You like oranges. It's cool. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, motherfucker, they come out that bitch and show a skinny goddamn fucking. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. They're going to fucking throw my black ass off. They're going to John Doe me. They're going to throw me on BGST. I'm letting you know right now. Word up, man. I'm done, man. I'm done, man. I'm sorry.
They don't have a choice. They got to do something, though. They have to do something.
I don't know. It all depends on the shareholders. That's just, we don't know what Phil Spencer is in.
It would be stupid if they did that because they'd be the third weakest. They'd be the weakest console out of all because, I mean, you got the NX coming out next year, too.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the third
but like you said, dealer, are they focused on Xbox? We don't know.
Well, they said there's going to be another Xbox. They did come out and say that there's going to be another Xbox. So I would
but is
say
it part of a cog of Windows? Like when they create a next Xbox, is it with the intent to support Windows 10 gaming?
Well, from now forward,
that's what I think.
From now forward, every console is going to be Windows 10, 11, 12, whatever. All of them are going to be it.
Yeah, that's because of the CEO of Microsoft, though.
Yeah, I don't think.
And Porter Rock, that's really not the issue. You know what I mean? Honestly, if you think about it, and it's a great business move, saying that developers, you can make one game and it'll work on all of our Windows 10 devices. You either scale that bitch up or scale it down. It actually saves developers money. They can just make one game because I told guys a while ago that, before it was even said, it was told to me by the same person that Windows 10 and DirectX 12, there's the same code between PC. There is no difference. Even from your phones, from your tablets, it's the same code. And I was telling you guys, if they can tweak it and upscale shit on the PC, they can also do it on the Xbox One. It's the same fucking code. There is no difference. But what I mean. So even with that, even saying with Windows for whatever, that's not even my issue. You know what I mean? That's even I don't care about that because I'm still gonna game on consoles. You know what I mean? And like I said, and again, it's ingenious that they can just make one game and you can either scale it up or you can scale. It's kind of kingpin in the goddamn industry. You know what I mean? Think about it. If they lower the price, especially digitally, they probably will put some heat on fucking Steam. You know what I mean? Get those prices, under. You know what I mean? But Microsoft, to me, they just when it comes to pricing their shit, like their tablet, they fucking too expensive. They just I don't know. They just missed that. But as far as that's to me not the issue. It's just if you're not going to fucking compete, if you got your head up that ass and you don't understand that the reason why you're losing this generation is because your competitor has the better version of the multi-platform. You traded what you had going for you last generation with the 360. It wasn't as powerful as the PS3, but it had the better version of the multi-platform, and it was easy to develop for. You know what I mean? The Xbox One shouldn't have came out in 2013. It wasn't finished. You know what I mean? But they had to. Because Sony was releasing yada yada yada. You know what I mean? The Xbox One has been built for Windows 10 and DirectX 12 from day fucking one. You understand what I'm saying?
I just want to say something here. You touched on the digital games. First of all, they really missed the ball with the launch and the digital games because I remember the friend sharing. I was so excited for that. I was like, holy shit, I can share with up to 5 of my friends. Yep. They can all play my games. I can play their games. What the hell? That was such a good feature, and we have heard nothing about it since. Now, another thing is the digital prices. Why are the digital prices the same as the physical price? It should not be, because first of all, when that game is done, I can't trade it. I can't do anything with it. First of all, it costs them less money to make it. There's no physical disc. There's no plastic container. There's no shipping. Yeah. Why am I paying the same price? It should be like Steam, where I pay 30%, 40% cheaper.
Yeah. Now, in fact, not only do I not see it cheaper, I see the opposite, because I see physical games cheaper than digital. Like I go to Amazon and the game sold at $39.99. And then when I'm like,
didn't y'all get that email?
$59.99. I'm like, what the
Didn't y'all get that email about a couple of months back from Microsoft talking about a little survey about 6% tradebacks in digital games?
I did the service, but that ratio was horrible. It's like, what? You're gonna give
it
6%?
was.
Are you crazy?
Dean, to answer your question, like I said earlier in the show, what happened was Microsoft panicked and they threw the fucking baby out with the water.
Yeah, man.
About the DRM, because they have those features to be able to trade your games digitally and all that shit. I mean, it was predicated on DRM. And it wasn't so much that Microsoft said you couldn't trade your game. people just took that and ran with it. They said if you did trade your games, it said GameStop, that the developer had to get a portion of that. You got to realize this. This is the only industry, and I tell people time and time again, this is the only industry, you know what I mean, that not only is Ubisoft competing against EA and competing against Konami, they also competing against the motherfucker that's supposed to sell their products. When you go into GameStop and you buy Assassin's Creed for $55, you know what I mean? You know, instead of, you know, so Ubisoft doesn't get that sell, and EA, whoever the fuck, that's all profit for fucking, you know, GameStop. You know what I mean?
And it's like $5 less than the retail price.
Yeah, that's what I don't, you know, I can see if they had fair pricing or whatever, but if I wish Microsoft would have stepped like that, but that's why GameStop was bitching, because it would have forced GameStop to give the developer, especially the smaller guys, you know what I mean, who depend on that shit, you know what I mean, it would have forced them to give them, you know, a piece of the, you know, the revenue. That's why these companies are scared to take chances, and we get the same games year after fucking year, the same duties, the Assassin's Creed, because these games are expensive. Look how many developers we have lost since you guys been gaming. How old you are? THQ is gone. Midway is gone. Atari is
THQ is a
gone.
shit, man.
And also the rise of
great
independent developers, because publishers don't want to take risks.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Developers want to be creative. But
they can't though.
They can't sell their games to publisher. Publishers are like, nah, we're not gonna put.
That's
so
the
moving to
issue.
indies, and now we see this huge increase of indies.
Again, but like I said, for our industry to go forward, you know, to grow gaming, you have to have some, you know, like I said, you know, used game sales. Like I said, I don't have a problem with someone trading their game or whatever, but it is fucked up. You know what I mean? These people, and you know, I'm not saying I'm some bleeding heart from the developers. You know, but I didn't think about it like that, so I got to talking to some of the developers, you know what I mean? Especially the littler guys, like, you know what I mean? They're fucking putting their all into it, and then for GameStop to undercut them by $3, like, what, do you jit motherfucker? Like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's not fair, you know what I mean? Look at the people that did Murder Soul Suspects. They released that game on a Tuesday, and their doors were closed by Friday.
Yeah.
Real shit, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. But we've been going on here for about about 2 hours, cutting up the date, man. I'm sorry, Xbox guys. I'm still an Xbox guy. I just get a little frustrated sometimes.
Until E3.
Yeah, listen, they come out and put that slim out that motherfucker. I'm done.
I'm gonna start the countdown right now.
Yeah,
you guys
countdown till Zaire becomes a wild stallion.
Yeah, what's that?
I was gonna say you guys got to pay for next gen's plane ticket after E3 if he doesn't like it.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm going, man. I'm going straight to Ponyland, man. Me and my family moving up, man. If you're we're going to Ponyland. You like ponies, right? You like ponies? Your father gonna become a fucking pony, man. I'm out of here, man. But yeah, I'm sorry, but listen, Dane, shout out to my boy Dane. Listen, I want you guys, man, thank you for rocking out with the show. It's a new thing that I'm doing, and this, honestly, it'd been easier for me to get well-known YouTubers in the show, but that's not something that I wanted to do. I like to interact with I don't have any fucking fans, you know, but, you know, I fuck with those that fuck with me, to the smaller channels, you know what I mean? Because there are a lot of great smaller channels out there, you know, to give everyone, you know, a voice within this fucking community, like you guys gave me, and I just want to, you know, give that chance to, you know, everyone else. So I'm gonna get everyone's channel here, you know what I mean? So check out my man Jason, check out my boy Dean, my man. You got a channel yet, Puerto Rock?
No, I'm coming up.
You still in the halfway house? You in jail or some shit, right?
Yeah, no.
Fuck out of here.
I was training.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy TV, who's finally coming out of the shell. He made a very funny video, pony shit, man. You know what I mean? That was pretty funny. He's finally being more outspoken. But thank you for rocking out with Xboxbeastfire. And like I said, look out to it. We got the BGS ST's website going up. It's really fucking awesome. Like I said, you guys are gonna really fucking like that. We got a part in there where you guys can go in and talk your console war shit. It's called the Stable. Before it was the Pony there. It's funny as fuck. And you know, support everybody here. Xbox Nation, Mr. Crossfire, that Luch got. And we gotta get on Tim to get a channel up and running, man. But you want to say anything before we get the hell out of J Century? What do you have a podcast? Something that you do yourself? Don't you have a podcast?
Yeah, we have Battle Talk podcast.
I thought it was called Chicks with Dicks. We know what's called.
Man, get the fuck out of here with that. It's a podcast based on Battlefield 1 right now, and we're gonna we do gaming news on it also. Me and Matt are prior service, so like we're really big into like what's going on with the Battlefield community. So what we do is we try to drop a little knowledge of what happened in World War I and what the weapons will be like, so people understand that it's going to be a little different than most FPS shooters.
Okay. Also,
Can I give two quick shout outs?
Well, who you want to shout out? Not your boyfriend. Who you want to shout out? Who you want to shout out, bro?
I give a quick shout out to Intro Media Gaming and Canto Section Podcast, guys.
Oh, yeah, like I said, guys, give me your links so I can put them in the description. We had about 193 people today. So we're growing. We're getting up there. Xboxbeastfire is that new wave, man. You ain't getting that damage control like you get in BGST with those fucking fanboys. Man, I'm all motherfucking dudes, though, man. But yeah, thank you guys, man. I'm gonna put the links to everybody's channels down below. Go by and subscribe. And tomorrow, listen, I'm looking for some ponies. What's up, man?
I'm there. I got Jay Barry's back tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow you gonna do it more?
Oh yeah, I got your back.
All right, so
you
I
need
need
to
at least
get Jay Barry
spots. You know what I mean? I got the format now. I can't have too many because it's too much screaming and shit. You know, you give enough. I need at least one or two on each side and give each channel, you know, and all fun. Don't come with the weirdo shit acting all crazy. It's not about that. You know what I mean? It ain't really no fucking war. Some of you motherfuckers think it's a real war going on. Like, I got like, yo, listen, I had a motherfucker. Let me tell you this last. I always got
war never changes.
I had a motherfucker. I don't know how this weirdo motherfucker got my house number, but this motherfucker did. He was calling my house all times of night. His name was Trevor, too. He fucking did a Twitch live stream, put a fucking dirty mop on his fucking head, you know, because I was an Xbox guy, and took the 360, put some KY on himself, was having sex with the 360, then set the shit on fire in his lap, all on fucking Twitch. I bullshit you not. I swear, I said, yo, you guys, I was about to go get a fucking restraining order. Like, I was really fucking scared for my life. Like, I thought this nigga was gonna hop out the bush hit with a John Lennon and shit, pop the shit out of me. I love you, next gen. Like, oh shit. Say, if you love me, tell me you love me. Don't stare at me, man. I hate to be in jail for clapping one of my fans. But listen, we out of here. We catch you guys next Tuesday. We usually do it on Mondays, but BGST got moved back. But I'll let you guys know. Most likely we'll be back on Monday. And look out for Xbox versus Ponies tomorrow. That'll be some fun shit. We're going, guys. We're going.